Hi, I am Kedger on two wheels, and today I'm going to test drive the Suzuki Burgman, which is this one. So in between all these sims, here's the Burgman. And you might wonder, why am I doing another 125 scooter? It's because this is a 125 Maxi Scooter on the same range as the Suzuki, the Sim GTS, as the Honda, the new Honda Forza, as the T-Max or X-Max, the T-Max from Yamaha. So this is the same one. I'm going to push her forward so I can do a proper walk around here at MigTech recording. So front to back, this has a 110 tire at the front with a 13-inch rim, tiny wheels. At the rear it's also 13-inch, I can just see by looking at it, or maybe 12. That's a really tiny wheel at the rear. And now, 12-inch, 130 width. So not really big tires. And I'm sorry, MigTech, I know you guys sell these for a living, but at least for me personally, between the Burgman and the Sim, I much prefer the looks on the Sim, on all of them. This looks, it's very roundish. Okay, I prefer the more angular look of the Sim, of the Forza, of the T-Max, or of this beautiful R6. These sharp angular lines. This is very rounded and soft. It's very elegant though. I'll give it that. Everything is very soft. It's very Suzuki-ish. I found that Suzuki really likes these organic round shapes. So what we have here, we have a front disc brake and a rear disc brake. Not bad. Dual shock suspension. Being a Suzuki, I highly doubt that's a bad suspension. Not really sure on the price range of this, but should be compatible with the Sim GTS. You have dual headlamps, which are always nice. One's the low beam, the other one's the high beam. And I can tell you that just because they're asymmetrical. Indicators integrated into the hole, so there's no stuff sticking out. You got your mirrors, you got your etceteras. Oh, let's see if I can open. Oh, we have a little cubby hole here, which is good enough for a wallet. You have another cubby hole here, which is, I'd say this is only openable with something special. How do I open this? How do I open this? Oh, seat open is to the left. Okay, seat's open. Can I open this? No. How? Oh, this is a nice feature. It slides sideways, so you can easily get stuff there. And there's this little... Oh, this has a lot of room. Hey, that's really cool. You have this space, that space, this space. This opens somehow that I don't know how. Should be a button here somewhere. And you have this room. Whoa, this is big. Okay, this should fit a couple of helmets and some other stuff there. You have your little compartment for your documents, etc. So yeah, it's roomy. The seat is huge, looks like a sofa. And I also don't like the look of it, but it is really big. You could sit 4 comfortably here. That's a lot of seating space. So let's see how she goes. Turn it on and hop on. It's okay, so it is very light and very balanced, and I like that. It's much easier to reach the ground than this one, or the Forza, or the T-Max. And you know why? Because Suzuki was smart, and they put this little indentation here, which is where your legs go. So, Honda and Yamaha and Sim, you kind of missed the ball here, because this is a great thing to have. It's so easy to reach the ground on this one. Okay, you don't have much space forwards, but it is roomy. And you've got your onboard computer. Whoa, this is nice to ride. Okay, I can tell you, I did not like the looks, because for me, frankly, it looks a bit dated. It looks very 80s-ish, yeah? But other than that, this seems to be very, very well made. It's really easy to ride. The engine's cold, so I'm not going to pronounce myself on the engine yet, but seems spiffy enough. I have the fuel consumption there pegged at 3 liters to 100 kilometers, but this is a test drive machine, meaning everything goes full throttle, everyone goes full throttle everywhere. So, okay, this is the one I dislike the looks more of all of them, but so far, only good things. The mirrors are great, they work really well. Then again, these mirrors are on actual mirror stocks and not stuck to the frame. Yeah, they work perfectly well. I can perfectly see this BMW behind me. I can even read his license plate if I want to, and I can see him on my left, and I can see the back of the car on the mirror, so there's no actual blind spots. And corners really well. Instruments are really easy to read too. I'm impressed, and it's been a couple of 100 meters and I'm impressed. Handling is on par with the others, above the Sim, and I'd say just slightly below the T-Max, or on par with the T-Max. On par with the T-Max, let's say it's on par with the T-Max, even though I haven't actually tried it that much. But it's under the Forza. The Forza is special, but this one's a very close second, as is the T-Max. The special part is just a detail, okay? I just got hit by a bug. Yeah, it goes like any 1 to 5. The look from here, I'll grant you, is not the prettiest one. The screen is just a square piece of plastic, even though it does do its work, but it is lacking in the little details that make it come alive. The little angular lines here and there and decorations, etc. No, this is just utilitarian. But on the other hand, even though this is pure function over form, the function is really good. Look, I'm going top speed 110. Okay, this is slightly downhill, but zero wind. I have wind on my hands because I've got my fingers outstretched. It's hot. No wind on the helmet whatsoever. No extra noise. No wind on me, just on my side, so I'm cooling down. So I'm not getting pushed back. Look, my hand is completely... There's no wind here, no wind here. All the wind is from my eyes upwards and from the top of my helmet upwards. So there's no wind blast at all. Wind protection is fantastic. So I can see this was all made, the shape of it is all made for wind protection, not for beauty. So that's why it's got this organic feel, so that it cuts through the air easily. And it does work, it does cut through the air really easily. This is a good scooter. And what do I have for the computer? Oh, this is not nice to use when you're riding, which is actually the point. Let's press select. Select. That's just the indicators, these mileage thingies. Nah, I think I can only change this when it's stopped. Makes sense. You do have a little echo light if you want to save fuel, but I'm pinning the throttle, don't care about saving fuel. You do have hazards, which is also always nice to have. Yeah, it's a nice scooter. And look, it can reach its maximum speeds. Flat out it does 115 and keeps it there easily and relaxed. Now it's beginning to shake a bit at 120. So I'm not sure if this has ABS, but I'll try. I'll test it. I'll risk destroying an expensive bike just to see if it has ABS. Let's hear it. I guess you heard it doesn't have ABS. At least not to this unit. Not really sure if it can have ABS, but... Well, even locking the rear wheel, it's stable. but the stability is normal for scooters because of the way the weight is distributed on scooters, and so they're generally very stable at low speeds. That's why scooters are great city machines, because they're really easy to drive slowly. Acceleration isn't overwhelming. It's a 1 to 5, but it's good enough. I have to say, acceleration is good enough. It's nice. It's nothing spectacular, but for 1 to 5 it's absolutely normal. It's relatively good considering it's a maxi scooter, so it's supposed to be a big scooter and heavy and etc. But yeah, you can zip through traffic on this one. I'm going to do a couple of bends there, see how that goes. Whoa! I forgot there was this roundabout here and I almost went straight. I can say the brakes work well. And even if you lock the rear, it doesn't really go anywhere, so you don't get scared with the rear going skittish. So let's brake. I think I was sliding both wheels, but I'm not sure. And this pavement's horrible, by the way. Something was sliding, because I could hear it. But it's so stable, I couldn't sense what was locked. I guess it was the rear, because usually when the front end locks, things go from bad to really bad really fast. Yeah, brakes are nice. These are good 1 to 5 brakes. You can see it shaking, but it's not vibrating. It's just going wong, 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 wong from the single cylinder. I really like this big tray here. It's really, really useful to get all the stuff you need for commuting. So this is very clearly built for function over form. Let's see how it leans. And these are dangerous bends, okay? I see a lot of crashes here. Because this turn then suddenly tightens and then you have a turn the opposite way, and then cars usually manage to crash here. Yeah, this works. This works really well. Wow. Hey, this is a nice little machine. So yeah, if you want a maxi scooter, you have quite a lot of picks to do. You can get with this one, which is a good machine. Not sure on the price. It'll actually come down on the maxi scooter world. It will come down to looks and price, because they're very similar products. This one is one of the best. Okay, I wasn't expecting it, because frankly it does look, to my eyes at least, dated. But there are some people who hate that angular line that is now the norm on the T-Max, on the Forza, etc., and prefer these organic lines. So this is awesome for them, not for me though. But I was expecting it to be a bit meh. It's not. It's a properly good maxi scooter. I like the roominess here, because you can go like open legs and relax, or feet forwards. You can't really stretch your legs much, but the seat is huge. It should be super comfortable for a pillion, because it's really big and comfy. It's a good seat, and there's good space overall, so you can take all your stuff to work with you with not much of an issue. You probably won't need a top case. Suspension's not stiff, it's the wheels that are tiny, so you do feel these bumps a bit harsher than you'd expect. And this is a really weird intersection, so but everything on this one is smooth. So yeah, this doesn't really leave anything behind with the other maxi scooters. Just choose the one you prefer. This one has more space inside it than the other ones. Up and put your feet down immediately with no issues. Just This is so good, it's painfully obvious that someone dropped the ball on all other brands as to why is this not a standard feature on all scooters, big and small. This just makes getting on and out of the scooter and stopping so easy that I don't understand why all scooters don't have it. It's like making a scooter without a seat. That's essential. Get to it, everyone else, because that's really awesome. The scooters thing is, for example, this is about as high as the Forza. However, on the Forza, because this piece here is straight, you have to sit like, you have to put your feet down like this, as if you're making a necessity, let's say, or evacuating. And so you can't really reach the ground, so you end up on tippy toes. This one, it's just a little indentation there, and it works fine. You're never going to put your foot here, so you don't need this little piece of plastic. You just need it to be able to put your leg down. Wow. Tiny things. Sometimes it's the tiny details, and I really like to know, how do I open this? I don't have any idea how to open this. Let's see. High beams, it's this one. No. Low beams this one, high beams this one. So yeah, it's the Suzuki Burgman. Oh, it's water cooled. Oh, it's a scooter. It's obviously water cooled because it's never going to be air cooled. So yeah, a good product, just like the others. And now looking at it, I actually don't think now that it looks dated. It looks very organic, looks like kind of like a whale front, looks like some kind of fish. So yeah, it's what I said. The shape has been made to be organic, to be aerodynamic. Look, there's no angular lines, which generally create drag and vortexes and instability in the air. That's why you see Formula 1s are all rounded shapes with very sharp fins directing air here and there. But here you see this is very smooth and soft to send air in there. And here you have a very smooth surface that brings up, channels air through this, and then at the end has a small turn to channel air away from you. You have a little gap here to make air enter here to make it more stable, more pressure here, which prevents the air coming in from the windscreen from dropping down, because there's nothing, this creates a vacuum. No, that's why there's this gap here on all windscreens, to create some air pressure here. Has to be air coming in here, so the air that comes over here doesn't turn to fill the gap. So it just sends the air over. Look how smooth, how subtle it is. It's very vertical, and then at the very top it just turns slightly high and then upwards. So yeah, this is an aerodynamic and an aero guy's bike. The designer did the bike, came the aero guy, look, you out, I do this. So it's very aerodynamic. I like it. I didn't really like the looks of it at start, but I'm beginning to understand and enjoy the look of it, because it's a problem. I had no wind. The only wind I had was where I wanted, which was under my armpits for cooling, which is awesome. And no wind on my legs. I couldn't feel the pants moving around, and all the indicators are integrated to the shell, so it's a very elegant rear, even though it's really fat at the rear. I wonder how does a pillion sit in here. Let's see. It's really light also. What? Can't... Oh, okay. This is really easy to activate. Oh, hello, Mr. Bug. Bye-bye, Mr. Bug. Let's see if I don't drop the bike by sitting on the pillion seat, which has happened before. Wow, the pillion seat is really nice. Really comfy. And the handles are straight between my bums, so it's really easy to grab onto. Yeah, it's a very, very, very good built bike. Very, very well built. Okay, so that's it. The Suzuki Burgman 125. Approved. Okay, I just don't like these plastics. Yeah, this needs an image upgrade. But well, it depends on what your poison is. Catch you out. Recording. Hello, YouTube.